Well, hi guys, I'm Lit.
I'm Coco.
So this week we stayed in a small town in called Ozark, Arkansas, or Arkansas, depending on where you're from. Um, in Ozark, we stayed at a place called Dan's RV Resort or RV site,
I think it was just
RV
called
park.
RV Park, Dan's RV Park.
So it's a small, out in the boonies, middle of the woods RV park that has about 12 sites.
Right, 12 sites.
The owner, Dan, what a nice guy.
Really nice.
So Dan would drive by every day,
Right.
and if I was outside, he would stop to chat, ask
Yeah.
if we needed anything,
Yep.
ask how things were going. And this was before he knew we had the YouTube channel. So all the reviews we read online were very much the same, that Dan is one of the nicest people on the planet.
Right.
And I would agree with that
Yes.
review. We spent $283 for 7 days.
Right.
He does not accept credit cards, so remember, if you go there, it's going to be cash or check only. Easy to find.
So yeah, the sites were really nice, really pretty views, spacious sites. All pull through. It had a little laundry area, right, and
Yep.
some restrooms there. No restaurant or anything like that.
No swimming pool.
No swimming pool, and it was hot. But really nice views. You could walk in the like wooded area. There was like a little path that way. That was nice to do. So the town's about 3,500 people is what I Googled in population. So it's a really small town. There's a grocery store, really small grocery store, and a Walmart in town.
Yes.
It's super small. A few restaurants and things in town. We went to one restaurant we had heard so many good things about when I Googled it. Probably because there's not very many restaurants in their town, but it was called Rivertown Barbecue.
Amazing.
It was so good. It was
It was so
so
yummy.
good.
I could have eaten there every day.
Yes, it was so good. And funny enough, when we did go there in the afternoon during the week, there was a wait because I think everybody in town eats there a lot. Really nice servers as well, very clean. Everybody was so friendly, and probably because it's probably a small town, I'm assuming it's pretty easy off the highway. So I think what I was reading on some of the reviews is that a lot of people that are passing through stop there to eat too because it's so good. Recommend it hands down. If you're ever in Ozark, go there for sure.
There was actually plenty of parking, so
Yes.
everything kind of centers on the city hall, where there's the police department and everything else. And then everything kind of circles around that on the main area. Let's talk about that Walmart. So the Walmart was the smallest Walmart we've ever seen. They did have groceries, but they had no deli. They had no meats, no produce, no fish, no chicken. They had some stuff in the freezer that was literally, I don't know, a little bit bigger than our camper freezer.
And the fact that but there was tons of employees. There was so many employees, which we thought really, found that interesting because sometimes you go to a Walmart in a bigger city and it's like you can't even find an employee to help. They were everywhere, all of them, and seemed super friendly, super happy to work there. It was very strange, right?
Yep.
But then I wanted to talk about, I was needing to get some Sudafed because I felt like I was getting some allergies, and I went to their pharmacy. They don't sell Sudafed there. They did recommend me go to a little pharmacy
next
in
to
town,
the grocery store.
The grocery store, again, super close area. So I wanted to go there. So fun fact about Arkansas, well, at least in this little town, you cannot buy Sudafed over the counter through a pharmacist if you have an out-of-state driver's license. So I found that interesting. I don't know some of the laws. You just, as we're traveling, I find it interesting to find out different laws with different things. I guess even over the counter medication.
Yeah.
But it was funny because I thought, then as we were leaving, I look over at Andy, and it was funny because he was wearing his Let's Cook shirt from
Breaking
Albert,
Bad.
the Breaking Bad Let's Cook, and the day that we did get that. So I thought that was really funny because I thought, oh my God, they probably think,
Let's cook.
let's cook. Anyway, so we couldn't get Sudafed. I guess figure out your laws and
Yes.
in different areas.
Yes, absolutely.
And then after we went to the restaurant.
There was a large antique shop, and I guess they have booths within there. So it allows everybody in town to kind of have their own booth, and then everything's kind of labeled with that booth number, and there's just the one big cashier. A lot of fun stuff. I think if we had a house, we would have left with a truck full of stuff, but unfortunately, there wasn't anything small enough to fit inside our camper. So we didn't make any purchases, but it was fun looking through.
And there's the river right behind there.
Yeah.
So one of the days we decided to, I was Googling, Ozark, Arkansas is also known for a couple of wineries. It's actually not in Ozark, but a little town right outside of Ozark, about 5 minutes, called Altus, Arkansas. And they had, so we decided to go check out a little winery, and it was called Post Winery. What a neat place, right?
Yes, absolutely. Once again, staff super friendly.
Yeah.
Willing to help. Once again, lots of staff. It was It's kind of nice. You go into a store, go into a place, and there's a member of staff almost every aisle, every area, wanting to help you.
And super friendly and seemed like they really loved their jobs, which was not what we're used to in bigger cities. I guess it doesn't get that same feeling. And then there's a restaurant on the inside, and we had, what did you have? You remember? Sandwich?
I had a panini. Wonderful. Absolutely loved it. I could have had a second one.
Yeah. And I had a salad.
Yep.
Was it a chicken salad?
Chicken salad.
Fresh, so fresh.
Yes.
It was like amazing. One of the best salads I've ever had.
And then for change, I actually had some dessert, and it was called a Tanafi.
Oh my God, that's right.
Pie, and that was to die for. Fresh made right before they serve it.
So good.
Banana and toffee, and I took a few pictures, so I'll show you that.
So then after we ate, they have this area where you can do wine tasting, and they let you select your different wines and to see what you like. There is a tour there too. We just didn't do the tour of the winery itself, but we did the tasting. We did leave with several bottles of wine because I found that is so good. So if you're ever in that area, you got to stop at the winery.
And then we got some travel wine cups.
It was really good. So. Yeah, wine was great.
So after we left the winery, we had noticed there was different yard sales going on. So we actually asked about why there were so many yard sales on I think it was a Thursday night that we went.
Right. I don't remember the day, but so it's the road that we were on going from Ozark to Altus is called 64. And Altus from, like I said, Ozark is only a few miles.
Yeah.
But what I Googled was that what they were telling us too, but I found the actual name of the yard sale, and it was called Bargain Galore on 64. So apparently they do this every time in August. That's when we were there, and you can find that information online. Just Google Galore on 64. 160 miles of yard sales. Crazy.
Yes.
Antiques, different vendors. So it was so cool. And just in that little short area that we drove, we did stop at a few, didn't we?
We did. I found a new sign for my camper.
Right.
So we went ahead and decorated a little more inside here.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, so that's really cool. So good to know if you really like yard selling and that,
yep.
something to do.
Yeah. So then we were trying to figure out somewhere where we could go out, maybe get our cowboy on, and unfortunately there wasn't much
Oh,
in the area. So we kind of looked around and found that back in Altus, which is maybe a five
yeah,
mile drive, five, ten
but
mile drive,
pretty close.
we found a restaurant slash bar,
Mm-hmm.
and then so we decided we would start there and kind of go from there. So
Right.
we found a place, and it was called
Alligator,
Alligator Rays.
Cajun sports bar.
Yep.
Alligator Rays.
So so it's a sports bar with a Cajun theme. So a lot of New Orleans stuff in there. Um, I enjoyed. I had some gator tail bites,
Mm-hmm.
and then I had catfish for the first time. Believe it or not, never had fried catfish. It was good. I enjoyed it. Coco, not so much.
Yeah, I had a salad. It was okay. I mean,
Shock.
I no, it was fine. It was fine. I didn't really. Again, for the 100th time we've been saying, I counted 8 waitresses in this tiny little place. It was pretty busy too, so never a wait or
Yeah.
anything in any of the restaurants we were at. But it was surprising again, super friendly as we've been saying. So it was good. And then after that, we decided there was another little bar close by that we were going to go check out because I think you Googled if they had a band.
Correct. So I tried to
Yeah,
find somewhere that would have
a
live
band.
music
Yeah,
or entertainment. This was the only one within about 30, 40 miles, and I
right,
wasn't going to drive 30, 40 miles
right.
just to try to find a band. So we found a little bar called
Tommy Dean's bar,
Tommy Dean's
and
Bar.
again, that's in Altus. Really,
Yep.
yeah.
So we went in there. It almost from the outside looked like a house. It's a dirt parking lot. Unsure if it was even open. So we went in there. What a fun little
Oh,
local
oh my
dive
gosh.
bar.
Oh my
We
gosh.
loved it. There was um, full size bar, wraparound bar. There
Pool
was some
table.
pool tables, some sit down tables. Then they had an area in the back that had a area that a band would set up and a dance floor. So we asked the waitress,
The bartender.
bartender
Mm-hmm.
Felicia.
Yes, what a great lady. Hi, Felicia, if you're watching. Shout out to you.
Yep.
It was amazing to meet you.
So Felicia told us there wasn't any band that night, but she went ahead and loaded the jukebox with some money and told us to go ahead and pick
Right,
whatever we wanted.
right.
So we just kind of sat there, had a couple of beers.
Met some
It
local people as well.
wasn't super busy when we got there, but we got there, it was like 6:30, something like
Right.
that. So us old
On a
people
weekend, yeah.
were there a little bit early. So we sat there at the bar, just had a few beers. Some people, there was some people kind of arguing, bickering over pool or something else, but nothing really bad happens. People came, people left. It was kind of funny because when Felicia went out the back door, I guess to get something or do something, I noticed a mound of cans. So empty beer cans that was literally, I would say, at least 20 feet tall, just bags and bags and bags of cans. And we actually asked Felicia why there were so many cans out back and if they were going to recycle, and she told us that the owner is waiting for the price of aluminum to go up and has
Right.
been waiting for the last
5 years.
five or
Yeah.
6 years
Right.
to have the perfect price to cash in
Right.
his stash.
Just a small town
Yep.
feel. Also, um, we were looking behind the bar. They even had a list. What would you call that list?
So
People that were
yep.
banned.
So people that have been 86 from the bar, and the list
So
was
cool.
hand wrote out,
Right.
and it was just names.
Some crossed out because they got back in.
Yep. They paid their tab of $20
Whatever.
that they had walked
Or
out
they got
on.
in fights or whatever.
Yeah.
That's why we really got to know Felicia a lot. We got to talk with her and she was telling us about it. But it was so I felt really charming. The fact that it's just a small town, you just don't see that from where we're from in a bigger city. It was great to
Yep.
experience it.
And then we spoke with some of the locals and
Mm-hmm.
kind of hung out, had different conversations, kind of getting the feel for the
Mm-hmm.
area. So we were very welcomed into the bar. It's not like we kind of got shunned or, people kind of look down at you, and, you go into some of the hole in the walls and you feel kind of worried that a fight's going to break out, but not this one.
No, I just feel like in small town, I felt safe. I felt that, wow, what a great place to grow up,
Yeah.
in an area where, again, if you don't have that kind of experience growing up like that, it was really interesting and fun. Overall, I mean, there wasn't, again, a lot to do in Arkansas in the area we were at, but we made do
Yeah.
and had fun
It
and
was,
supported locals.
yeah, supported local businesses.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, it was an enjoyable week to decompress
Relax.
from all of the larger cities that we had been in.
Right.
Loved it. Highly recommend
Yes.
it. If someone just wants to get away, like I said, the cost $280. It's compatible to kind of other areas.
Right. Well, you get full hookups as
Yeah.
well. And that little area is so nice. Dan's RV, I mean, recommend it highly. We would, go back if we ever come back. We're definitely going to stop there. Really nice gentleman. Really cares about his little RV park. And we did tell him that we were going to be posting about it. And he was really excited because Andy did some drone footage and he was excited about that. He doesn't obviously even have a website since you do cash.
Yep.
They don't.
And you can't, there's no website to book
Or
on.
to do a
So you have
reservation.
to call. So when we started booking these trips, this was back in December. So when I called, he said that he doesn't book out that far. So we texted back and forth, and I think it was finally about May time that he texted back and confirmed that we were still coming.
Right.
So highly recommend it.
Yeah, overall, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed our time, and yeah.
Yep, super nice, friendly people. So, so stick around till the end for the bloopers. Hopefully you enjoy it. This should hopefully be one of the last times we sit on this couch and do these. We're going to try something different coming up. As you can see, we have mics. So hopefully the audio will work out. Please let us know what you enjoy about the videos, what we could do less of, what we could do more of.
Yeah.
Also, if you spend any time in Arkansas, let us know what we missed.
Yeah.
So, and don't forget, if you can just like this video, it's the little thumbs up, go ahead and hit that, because that helps us out. Hit subscribe. Right now, I think only 33% of our viewers are subscribed to the channel. We need to try to get our subscription numbers up. It is free. It doesn't cost you a dime. You just hit that icon. You do need to be signed into your account to be able to subscribe. And I think most of the time you have to do it on a phone, not a smart TV. And then leave us a comment. Let us know, once again, what you love, what you hate, what you want to see more
we
of.
did get some comments saying that people want to see more like kind of live action instead of just us talking and then seeing videos. So that's what we're going to try to do next time, because we're going to be in Mississippi, right?
Yes.
Headed to Mississippi
Yes.
and Memphis,
Yes.
Tennessee too. So we're trying to do some things, obviously. So
yep.
Let us know.
So guys, hopefully we'll see you next week. Hope you enjoyed everything. And for now, we'll go ahead and sign off. Bye guys. Thank you. But it's Ozark in Arkansas. Um, we stayed at a little tiny.
And so not a lot to do in the town. Are we going to continue to see? That's what I mean. I don't know. Can I move on? Yeah. Overall, I enjoyed it. I
Yep.
enjoyed our time, and yeah.
Yep. Super nice, friendly people. So, there'll be a few bloopers at the end of this.
What?
Yep. What do you mean, what?
I didn't think we had any bloopers. There weren't any.
It was.
There was.
Uh-huh.
Trying to do some things, obviously. So
Yep.
let us know.
So, for now, we will see you guys. Okay, guys. What?
I was gonna say we've been kidnapped because I always know. Okay, stop.